Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode. I'm your host, Lili Fifield, and you're watching Somos Uno. Today's special guests are here to help us get informed and inspired in hopes of putting us one step closer to that American dream. After meeting with them, we hope to introduce you to the great people that make up our diverse city and communities. Today, we're going to meet Alexandra and Eunice Munro. They are the owners of a unique organization called Somos Chingonas that seeks to provide a feeling of identity, belonging, and recognition. Our next guest has his own story, how he achieved the American dream while also becoming part of it for others. In a special two-part segment, we will be discussing his story along with the dream of home ownership with influencer and real estate agent Gabe Mendez. This is Somos Uno. Our first guest is a living example of the American dream. His story stems from a difficult past that led him to become the man and influencer that he is today. Through dedication and passion, his achievements include former president of Toastmasters Chapter 3225, co-marketing director of NAREP, and co-founder of the San Diego Lowrider Gospel Fest. Who knew? Also worldwide YouTuber. Joining us now is Gabe Mendez. Gabe, what a title. What is going on here? I want to get to all of that. But first, introduce yourself. How are you today?
I'm well, thank you. That was a lot to consume right there.
It's a lot of achievements.
It's a lot of achievement, but you don't really see it like in that way when you're like in the trenches doing the work.
Exactly.
But when you get an opportunity to hear it from someone else, it's like, whoa.
So just in the intro there, we said you come from, you've had a tough road getting to where you're at. Take us all the way back. How did it all start? Where are you from?
So born and raised in San Diego, raised in the South Bay area.
Okay.
So kind of a traditional story, single mother. I guess it's more traditional than it's ever been, right? That's why I say that. So single mother raised, father was in and out kind of the whole life, that kind of situation. She was a strong woman, raised us, 3 jobs, rarely got a chance to see her, so she did her best.
3 jobs.
3 jobs.
That's where you get it from. That's why all those titles exist.
Because I have 3 titles. There we go. Yeah, exactly. So it was challenging, like having to focus on trying to be a good student when I didn't really have a role model, anyone there. So I kind of struggled with that a little bit, grew up, got into some trouble, got into some legal trouble.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, so that kind of held me back for a few years and translated into work.
But you learned from it.
Of course.
You learned from all of it, and that's why you are the person that you are today, even though you've had your ups and downs, right?
Yeah, and that's the important thing a lot of people have to understand. It's whatever happened in the past doesn't define who you are. And I think the message really needs to be is if you decide, it's not what happens to you that defines where you go, it's how you react to it.
Exactly.
And I think if more people understood that message, that, hey, listen, regardless of what happened the past 5, 10, 15 years, we all have the opportunity to make a change today and change our actions so the next 10, 15 years from there are completely different.
Well, like you said, you didn't necessarily have a male role model, but you had a female role model that was teaching you to work hard. So
a very strong and beautiful one. Yeah, so shout out to mom wherever she's at, yeah.
So you said after that, you got to work. So after you realized, you grew from your experiences, what was the next chapter of your life like?
Well, after that, luckily, mom stood by my side the entire time. So
Beautiful.
the 3, 4, 5 years that I was messing up, she stood right next to me. Got everything expunged, sealed off the record. She helped me apply for a job with the state of California.
Wow.
So I was employed with them for a few years. Then the market tanked a little bit. So I lost that and then went into network marketing.
So it's all these ups and downs through your life, but you seem very positive, like a very positive person. When did you finally find that mentality that you're telling us about, of just getting through? Because you didn't have that in the beginning, right?
Yeah. So what happened was my father had just gotten out of jail for the last time. He did like a final stint, like 9 months straight.
Okay.
And he got out, and this time he had said everything was going to be different, but that's what he said every other time before. And so I was yearning for that relationship with him. I wanted always to impress my dad, be with my dad, go to games with my dad, but it never happened. So when he got out of jail this final time, he had mentioned to me like, hey, everything's changed. I promise you, just look. So I gave him the opportunity again because our relationship, we had kind of stopped talking for a little while.
You still had hope.
Still had hope, right? So I held on to that hope, and I ended up going to church with him one time.
Okay.
And he had attended church for a few weeks, and I saw his actions were changing. So he was a lot more happier, a lot more positive. And I didn't have a real connection with God at that time, so I ended up going to church with him. And that day on the sermon the pastor was giving, he had stopped in the middle of his sermon and said, you know what, I have to give a direct message to someone. There's someone here, and God's speaking to me, and I have to go out there and share this message.
You're giving me chills. What happened?
It's super, honestly, it was like the most out-of-body weird experience in my entire life, because I'm sitting in the back. Long tee was in back then, so I had the long tee, had the glitter all over it, I had the hat on, I had the sunner shades just kind of hanging. And he gets off stage and he walks into the crowd and he's asking people like, hey guys, there's someone here who needs encouragement. Let's help them. So come on, church, stand up.
Okay.
So within like 2 minutes, the entire body's standing. He calls the band back on stage. They start playing music, the drums, they're singing, everyone's clapping, people are dancing like in the aisleways. And he's like yelling into the mic, stand up, this is why you're here, stand up. Okay. And I'm not a believer, right? I wasn't a believer back then, and I wasn't a spiritual person back then, but there was this something that was like pulling me up. And it was like this conviction, like I knew I had to go, but I was embarrassed, I was shy, all these feelings, but I knew if I didn't take the chance, I don't know what was gonna be on that other side. Yeah. So I stood up. And I walked towards the front. It was like this something carrying me to the front. And I walked there, and he's like, welcome. That's why I said welcome. And he's like, church, come on, let's go. And then all these hands, I just felt all this warmth of all these hands all over my body, and just deep prayer, good energy. Within like a couple of minutes, I think I'm like drenched in like 20 pounds in sweat. I'm on the floor, passed out. I'm bawling like a baby. And I felt like this relief off my shoulders. It felt so good. And that was like the defining moment. Like
you just let it all go.
I let it all go. And the trajectory changed after that. So I went back to my seat. I talked to my dad. He's like, Mijo, I told you, like, we're changing, it's good. Yes. And that's what led us into the Gospel Fest and everything else that we did after that.
Give me chills. That's a beautiful story, and that's a big part of who you are and how you became who you are.
Right.
After that, you just saw everything in a different way.
Completely different, right? And it takes time. So
it's
I don't want exactly. You have to work because
it's not just that one action.
It's not just that one action because you have to follow it up, right? And you still have your habits that you have to break, but going through that process makes you more aware of what you're doing. It makes you more aware of what you're thinking, your mentality, what you're seeing, what you're speaking, what you're listening to. And that's kind of what brought me down the path of like personal development, spiritual development, because I had that opportunity to really figure out who I was. And Les Brown one time said that we spend the majority of our life like looking into looking outward. So we never really get to recognize how beautiful we really are as people. And we really depend on other people to tell us how we feel, how we should look, how our hair is my makeup look fine, those kind of things. We're always looking outward, right? We don't walk around with a mirror in front of us. So we rarely get that opportunity. But when we do, we get to see how beautiful we are. So we're constantly depending on other people's opinions on us of how beautiful we look. I finally took a break from dating, became celibate, stopped doing all that stuff, stopped partying, stopped drinking, became very just
Dated
pure.
yourself.
I dated myself for like 4 months straight.
Beautiful.
I decided to get baptized at church for the first time ever. I fell in love with who I was. I fell in love with how tall I am. Just kidding, not the tallest, but but I felt how tall I was, how smart I was, how awesome I was.
Everything about you.
What I love to eat, what I love to drink, the things that I like to do. And so I became that dating process of myself. And once I became confident in who I was and I knew who I was, then I can decide on where I wanted to go next.
Perfect. You know what? I want to stop you right there because we need to get into some business. Right after this, we're going to take a quick break.
Yeah.
Introducing S1 Connect, Synergy One Lending's mobile app, the digital way to verify your assets to purchase a home. Download in your app store today. Step 1, click on Automatic Check. Step 2, select your institution or search manually. Step 3, enter your username and password to receive a security code. Step 4, click Save and Continue to submit your verification of assets. Synergy One Lending, a lender committed to speed, ease, and expertise.
Our next guests are owners of the apparel brand Somos Chingonas that has now become a movement. They provide opportunities for the community to feel empowered, and they collaborate with individuals that can help the community succeed by providing workshops on new skills for small business owners. With us now, we have Alexandra Munro Rankin and Eunice Munro. Hi, ladies. Bienvenidas.
Hi,
Thank you for being here.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
So, Somos Chingonas. I mean, I know we are Chingonas, but tell us why that's the name of your brand. It's such a good name. I love it. When I heard you were going to be on Somos Uno, I was like, perfect fit.
Yes, so I'll start.
Yep.
The word Chingona means a lot of things for a lot of people, but it's plural. And so we chose to say Somos Chingonas because it's a co-ownership between my sister and I, and also everybody belongs to someone. You always need someone for a leg up. You can't succeed in life by yourself. And so when somebody succeeds in life, it's important for everybody to applaud. I mean, I know in our community, when we come up through the ranks in our jobs and our promotions, it's hard for Latina women to be successful. It's hard for us to be proud of our own accomplishments because we're taught since young to be humble about your successes.
It's hard
and so,
to be chingona.
Yes, it's hard to even call yourself that.
Yeah.
So we thought, why not highlight the work that everybody is doing, the work that we've done personally, professionally, the work that our sisters, our comadres, our daughters have done. And that's why we somos. It's collective. It's not just me alone. When I am, in a good moment, I bring my sisters along with me, my nieces, my parents. So it's a collective feeling, the somos, and so that's how we thought about it.
Yeah, and it's actually really, it's very rewarding to be out in the community, and you see people come up to you because we don't do this as a full-time thing, but when we have the opportunity, we're out there on our booths. And people come out and they're like, "Oh my gosh, that's me! I want that! I want to do that! I want to wear that! I want to represent, like you said, my sister, my mom." And so, I mean, and it doesn't matter. We're doing this for Chingon X, not just Chingonas or Chingones. It's for everybody.
So did this originally start as a clothing brand? What was the original idea?
She just said, "You know what?" Like she just described, I'm ready to have a Chingona shirt and have, I'm an artist and we come from a family of artists. So I said, let's do a little logo, let's do a little, badass women, but not too, we just didn't want it to be too complicated, simple and just classy and, and so we collaborated and we came up with this idea and it was just for us. And we have daughters and comadres and it was just us and everybody's like, you should put it out there. You should, advertise and let people know about it. So then,
it became its own brand. And
all of
how
a
long
sudden-
have you guys been doing this now?
For a little over a year.
Okay,
Not
wow,
long.
Yeah, not long,
congratulations.
yeah,
It takes a lot. You don't even realize all the little details like you guys said, if you guys put booth up. Do you guys go to events? Do you guys hold events? How does that all work?
Yeah, we get invited now. People reach out to us because they want to have the representation of this word chingonas and the word somos chingonas. People actually call us the Somos group now, so they forget
that competition.
Yeah, I know. So, but we also reach out to other people because we want to be part of the community. We want to be present when the community does something great. We want to be part of art and culture. So the two images that we have, I always love Frida Kahlo.
Of course, you can recognize it right away.
Since before she was, a trendy thing.
Popular.
And
She is
so,
now.
and she's always loved the Day of the Dead. And so our images kind of represents who we are personally. So we're actually wearing our backwards.
say.
Yeah. But we always check in, like, which one are you wearing today? And so we always do the opposite. But we love to work with the community. We've gotten to know so many people, learned what they do, learned their crafts, and we buy their stuff. Sometimes we go, and we don't usually go to the events because we're going to say, like, we have to make this bottom line. That's not our goal. Our goal is to be there, to be present, to participate, and to collaborate more than anything.
That's beautiful. I love this message. And like you said, a lot of the times it's hard to say, I've gotten myself to this point, because sometimes we feel like our goals might be somewhere and maybe we haven't gotten there, but I think the growth is in the process. Just that the fact that you're trying to be chingona, that means that you've already started growing, and I love that you guys said you have some plans for the future to also help other people reach their goals. Tell me all about it.
Yeah, we've been thinking about even the work that we do in our professional life, helping others be creative. And so we were thinking, why not pay it forward? So what we're thinking is, we're thinking of establishing some sort of a project where we can bring people that want to start their own business, but they don't have a dime, they don't have the background, but they have a passion. They know that they love either to sew or to ensemble something or to create. So we want to bring people from the community that are experts so they can then impart their knowledge free of charge. And so this is our new vision. And so we want to call out to the community so they can support this vision. So it really a call to action. because every company has the responsibility with the community. The social giving is important, and so we want to make sure that people know that we are more than happy to take that social giving and pay it forward, because we want to multiply the success.
Empower more Chingonas.
We want to empower people. That's all about empowerment.
Chingona support Chingonas.
Yeah.
I love it. That's very true. And so if anyone's watching, what do you have in mind for people that can reach out to you if someone's watching and they might be able to participate and help you out in this new goal that you guys have for your company?
Well, first of all, we're looking for people, individuals that have something to share. People have asked us, how did you start your business? Did you register your trademark? Did you form an LLC? So we've done all that. So we've learned along the way. And so we want to bring in lawyers, we want to bring in business people, we want to bring in PR people, social media people, because people don't know how to start. How do I create my Instagram
Financial
account?
advisors.
Yes, all of those things.
It takes so much. And you really, I know just from my personal experience, until you've done it, you don't realize how many details go into it. And like you said, it's not just one person. It takes a lot of people. That's why you guys are Somos. So what do you have for the future? What's coming up that where people can find you, or what they can look forward to?
All of our events we post it on social media, so we want people to follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and pretty soon we're going to have a calendar of events, so they can just go to our page and they can see what events are coming up, because sometimes you just want to go to one space instead of having to scroll down and see where people are at. So that's our hope, to have an event page and people know exactly where we'll be throughout the next couple of months at least.
And if they want to buy the apparel, can they find it online, or do they have to find you guys at a booth?
Online.
Okay.
That's mostly what we do. It's online. We don't have a brick and mortar, so it's somoschingonas.com, and then you can find our social handles on there. But it's, even though it's SD, somoschingonassd.com. We're everywhere. We're even at the Museum of Latin American Arts in Long Beach.
Wow,
yeah, we have,
congratulations.
Thank you.
So quickly, so much progress.
Yes.
That's amazing, and that's something for people to look forward to. If they join you guys, they can be Chingonas too.
Absolutely, yeah.
Our shirts are actually at Casa Sovi in Barrio Logan. So she is able to hold some of our apparel items because she loves our brand, and so we collaborate with her. So if you're in San Diego, people can go to Casa Sovi and look for our stuff, and then online, of course.
Perfect. Thank you, ladies, so much for being here
Thank
today.
you.
Yes.
I want a shirt. I got a mug though, but I'll go find you guys online. Thank you so
Tag
much
us.
for being here.
Please, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Video marketing on social media is trending as one of the major means of advertising and building your personal brand in 2019. You're probably asking yourself, what does Synergy One Lending do to get a front row seat to this show? You may not know this, but Synergy One Lending has access to the lights, camera, and action that brings social media marketing to a whole new level.
Want to check it out? Look at that, we're already here. It's crazy, right? Thanks, guys. This is the main studio at the Synergy One Lending headquarters in San Diego, California, which is equipped with 3 remote-controlled HD cameras, 10 total TVs, and many high-quality production studio lights. Right now, I'm sitting on what we call the Storyteller set, which was recently updated with new furniture, a 9-monitor wall behind me, a giant touchscreen TV, and of course, the green screen, which you just saw. By the way, this is where I filmed my show this week today. Over here is our podcast station, which is equipped with 4 high-quality microphones and headphones, and is capable of receiving phone calls in real time during your podcast session. This right here is our main desk, outfitted with 2 TVs and a customizable color LED strip. This desk is now the home place for many other podcasts and shows produced by Synergy One Lending and Mutual of Omaha Mortgage. So you must have a ton of marketing ideas now floating around in your head. This studio is the perfect way to create videos for your social media awareness and grow your business. Here, you can and will deliver a digital mortgage and digital content that has no equal in mortgage lending today. Be a modern loan officer. We hope to see you here soon.
Okay, we've had the opportunity to see where Gabe Mendez has come from, a truly inspiring story that has now taken him to his career path of real estate agent and influencer. Gabe is a top producing real estate agent that uses what he has learned to help others with their own struggles achieve the American dream. Well, we're back, Gabe. So we were just touching a little bit on real estate, how you got into real estate. So tell us, when you finally got into real estate, what made you want to stay? Why'd you stick to real estate?
So in 2005, my mother was a victim of predatory lending. And I was only 17 at the time, so I had no idea what that even meant, or 16 or 17 at that time. So I had no idea what that meant. I just knew that we had people knocking on our door, notices were coming up, sheriffs were coming up asking us to leave and things like that. So it was really humiliating for her. Unfortunately, at that time in my life, I wasn't mature enough or even wise enough to recognize what was happening. Because I could have gotten a job and I could have helped her, but I didn't know.
You didn't have the knowledge.
I didn't know, I just didn't know, right? So she was taken advantage of by the loan officer, the real estate agent, like thousands of other people were across the nation.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, right? That happens. So when I had the opportunity to get into real estate, it clicked. It was just like this epiphany. It was like, whoa, like this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
You were going to be able to help somebody.
I was going to be able to help someone else in my mom's position to make sure this never happened again. So that no other Spanish-speaking family or first-time home buyer or military veteran that was going to purchasing a home or selling a property would never have to face that again.
That's beautiful. So you have a very personal connection to what you do.
Right.
And you feel that, how long have you been doing it now? It's been a while.
Yeah, seems like it, 4 years.
Yeah.
So 4 years.
So 4 years now, and you've seen similar cases to what your mom has gone through. Have you been able to help people through that?
Yes, so there's families who are facing foreclosure closer to 2015 when I went full-time into real estate, and I was able to help them from losing, their home or doing short sale to prevent their credit from taking a hit. Some cases were a little too severe for me to help, but we were able to salvage their credit. So there were cases like that that I ran into. And
you see the Latino community being a little more victim of this, or how do you see that? Is it equal all across the board?
Because us as Latinos, we go into the United States, and the American dream that's painted for us is home ownership.
Yes.
Right, we own a property, we can write off our taxes, we build equity, build wealth. This is something we can pass on from generation to generation. That's what we're sold on. And so when we go into it, it's what do I have to do to provide for my family, right? And most men in the Latino household are the providers. So what do I have to do to get my family into a home, protect them, and just make sure they're taken care of? And there are some people, unfortunately, we're humans, that happens. I'm not here to point any fingers, but it just happens. It's sign here, sign here, sign here, and you'll have what you want without it thoroughly being explained. And so that's what I'm trying to prevent. That's what I'm trying to help. That's what I'm trying to help advocate for, is those voices.
I'm trying to educate.
Trying to educate them a little more, right? And protect them a little more. So that's why I got involved with NAREP, the National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals.
Yes, you told us, so we just lightly touched on your title there. Tell us what you do with them.
So I'm their co-marketing director. And what we're doing now is the NAREP, the whole purpose is to advance the dream of home ownership, Latino home ownership. And so our group specifically, we're a luxury chapter, but we throw a lot of events to educate the community. We do things for families. For example, there was a family recently that the team went out to. They helped paint her home, clear it all out of junk, to help it prep it for sale because she didn't know what to do.
That's beautiful.
And so it's things like that that we're doing that are in the community to make small differences.
And I feel like a lot of people might not know about this.
They don't.
So you're spreading the word.
So that's my job as a marketing person, is to go out there and record videos. And
is that how you got that influencer title?
Yeah, that's part of it. Yeah, the influencer thing came from the YouTube side of everything. So.
Okay, so you said there's these events. So people that go to these events, are these people that are possibly trying to purchase a home, or what kind of people go out to these events that you guys hold?
So the events come about once a quarter. We throw them. So the next one's coming up in, I believe it's July 21st. It's our summer soiree. We're having it at the Lot in La Jolla. People can attend. If you're a non-member, I don't remember the fee. There's a separate fee for membership and non-members. But they can go there, meet the board of directors. They can come meet the members that are there, and just get to know us. That's what that soiree will be about, just basically a meet and greet.
And is someone that can help them there get educated, or is that all through the website? How do you guys help out these people that are in need of?
So these people, they can reach out to us various ways. They can go on our Instagram, NAREP La Jolla. They can go on our website. They can go on Facebook, or they can just attend the event, find us there, and ask the questions that they need.
What sets you apart from another agent if they're seeing you on TV and they say that you might be a good fit for the situation that they're in right now?
So with regards to there's two sides of real estate. You have the buying, the selling, and there's an investing aspect, but I focus basically just only on the residential sales.
Okay.
So on the buy side, we focus on primarily first-time home buyers. So we grab their hand, walk them through the whole process, get them approved.
Get them educated,
Get them
like you
educated
said.
on the entire process, and we walk them from start to finish, regardless if their income is where it needs to be, regardless if their credit's where it needs to be. That doesn't matter to us. Let's just get you in the door and get you prepared. So we do a consultation that'll prepare you for a future home purchase. And
So it doesn't have to be immediate.
you don't have to be, we have people that are 2 years out.
Okay, because you guys are getting them to that point.
Whatever
to
it is,
make sure that once you do it, it's done the right way.
Exactly. And even if they do qualify at that point, we give them all the options that are available to them. Pros and cons of every type of program.
Oh, wow.
And then once they're finished with that aspect of it, then we have set a separate appointment to go over the home buying process. Wow. So what is escrow? What is title? What fees are associated with
like
the purchase?
a whole little structure you guys have already figured out to help people.
Yeah, the whole structure side on the buy side of everything. And the first-time home buyer owner, well, the first-time home buyers, it's a lot different than someone who's already purchased a few homes, right?
Yeah.
Once you've been through it a few times, you know what to expect.
It's all the language,
It's all the language too, right?
It's a lot to take in at once, and it's such a big deal.
Yeah, it's a lot. So we want to make sure we take our time with every person. And then on the sales aspect of everything, we're pretty unique because our organization, we grew up in a time prior to social media blowing up. So we're used to like pounding the pavement, door knocking, calling, old school sales methods to help sell the property. But we also grew up in a time where social media took off and we're social media experts now. Whereas a lot of seasoned agents are taking classes on how to use social media to sell houses. We're training real estate agents right now on how to use social media to sell property. So we combine our old school sales methods with our social media presence to sell homes quickly and for the most amount of money.
And you've seen that give better results than just going out the old traditional way?
Absolutely, absolutely. Because the traditional way is you'll only target a certain type of demographic and certain people. Social media, same thing there. But when you combine the two, now you're maximizing the exposure of a property, and then you build the anticipation, the excitement, and the demand. And in return, you can sell it for more money in less time.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a unique thing. Like you said, we've kind of evolved now, and a lot of things are now through social media. But the fact that you're able to train people, is it other people that have come to this company just like you?
Yes. So people to the company, people across the world. I train agents on the East Coast. So Florida, New York. I coach agents on there. I also do seminars here in San Diego on how to sell homes using social media. Wow. And right now we're in the works of publishing our first book.
Oh, wow.
On how to sell homes using social media.
Very cool. Yeah. That's really cool. So they're going to be able to see that on your website?
They'll be able to see that on my Instagram.
Okay. Yeah. They'll find the book there.
They'll find the book
Is that coming out soon?
End of year.
End of the year.
End of the year.
Something to look forward to. We got the event to look forward to and that book.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Super excited about it. It's pretty awesome.
Well, thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate what you're doing. It seems like it really comes from the heart, and you have a beautiful story that you shared with us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, now that we've gotten our daily dose of knowledge, it's time to wrap up this episode of Somos Uno, but I want to thank all of our amazing guests, Alexandra and Eunice Munro, and Realtor Gabe Mendez for being here today. For more content, head to our website at somosunotv.com and our social media sites also. If you can't get enough of Somos Uno, you can always watch and subscribe on YouTube. Thank you all for watching. I'm Lili Fifield. Don't forget que no se les olvide, we are one. Somos Uno.